I am alive and it's good to be alive. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Rivens, what they do, how to get them, and how to manage them, and kind of whether or not to tell if they're going to be good for the weapon that you have. So basically, Rivens are pretty distinct from other mods. They are purple. They're the only purple mods in the game, and they got this nice, sharp, jagged, pointy-looking outline, so pretty distinctive. Basically, what Rivens are, they're so cool. They're essentially mods that only work on the specific weapon listed in the name, but it has random stats that will either be an increase or a decrease. So as we look here, I have a Dara Riven, and it's called Sadie Desecron. It increases status duration, increases critical chance, increases multi-shot, but decreases the maximum amount of ammo I can hold. Here's what's cool about Rivens. If you don't like the stats it has, you can roll it. Essentially what that means is once you click on it, you will have this option up here that says cycle, and it costs Kuva, which is a resource that you may or may not have yet. We'll get into that later. But basically, you can cycle your Riven, and it will change the stats that it has on it. But the polarity of the mod will stay the same, and if you don't like the new stats, you can choose to keep your old Riven. So if I were to cycle this one right now, if I didn't like the one it was going to become, they give me the option to keep this one instead. So you really don't lose anything for cycling them. It's not like a risk and reward factor. The only risk is that you're spending a bunch of Kuva, which is kind of hard to get. So essentially, the way you get Kuva and Riven mods is once you have completed the War Within. For those of you who don't know, that is the latest and most main quest line that we got. Once you complete that by working your way through the solar system, you will then unlock the Sorties, which is this very last tab to the far right over here when you're at your navigation screen. Essentially, the Sorties are a set of 3 missions that you can do every day. They increase in difficulty per mission. They usually start at about 50 to 60 to 80 and then level 100. They also have special modifiers with them. So for example, this one says, you think, oh, it's just a rescue mission, but it says mechanical disruptors at this location are configured to disable a majority of weapons. Melee weapons will be your only available option. So you have to do this mission using only melee weapons. Some days the sorties are easy, some days they're really hard, like it'll be a sniper only, assassination or something ridiculous, I don't know. But and this down here is your reward pool. You will notice Riven mod in brown lettering at the top there is one of the most common drops. Although to be honest with you, I get all the other drops way more than I get Rivens. That's just my luck. Some people get a ton of Rivens. That is how you obtain Riven mods once you have completed the War Within. If you'd like to know how to get Kuva, you do Kuva Siphon missions. I have another video on my channel that I will link in the description if you want just a fleshed out video on how to do that specifically. But basically to tell if a Riven is good or not, because the stats might look good, but it really depends on the weapon you have. Like for example, increased critical chance on my Dara. If I remember correctly, the Dara has shit critical chance. Thus, you think, oh wow, increased critical chance, that's great. It's really not. Hence why you want to roll it. I do have quite a few badass Rivens though, so as you saw from my Supra video, my Supra kicks ass. Here's an example of a good Riven. Plus 170% damage, plus 44% damage to Corpus, and increased rate of fire. It has a decreased status chance of 72%, but here's what's awesome. It really doesn't affect the Supra that much because the Supra only has 5% status chance. So it's taking 72% off of the number 5. So it really doesn't hurt me at all. On top of that, I have this Syndicate not Syndicate, or yeah, I guess it is a Syndicate mod. I have a Syndicate mod on my Supra that actually increases the base status percentage all the way up to like 20 or something. Smack multi-shot on there, gets it up to 40%, so this doesn't negatively affect it at all. On top of that, it is a puncture weapon, which is good against Grenier, but I have plus 44% damage to Corpus, so this allows me to use this weapon against either faction and it still be fairly effective. Also, if you have a Riven equipped on your weapon and you go to the upgrade menu, if you look to your left, you will see Riven disposition. The more circles that are filled up, the better the stats can be on Rivens for that weapon. So basically really strong weapons, like weapons that are already amazing without Rivens, will have really low Riven disposition. Like for example, 164% multi-shot, 169% electricity. Holy shit, that's quite a lot. But if I go to, say, my Sybaris Prime, It's got a pretty low Riven disposition, and with a maxed out Riven, I'm only getting 115% impact and 96 critical damage. So it's not horrible, it's just, it decreases the likelihood and the stats of the mods for that Riven. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any other questions, please drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.